Okay, hey guys, and welcome to the WWE Universe as we're here to take a look at Survivor Series 2017 as Raw and SmackDown battle for brand supremacy during this year's Survivor Series. So let's see what went down during the Survivor Series pay-per-view, shall we? So, of course, there were three kickoff matches. Of course, Eslion would take on Matt Hardy in the first of the kickoff matches, and Eslion, the guitarist himself, was able to defeat Matt Hardy in a Raw exclusive showdown at the Survivor Series kickoff. Therefore, Matt Hardy was unsuccessful to overcome Eslion Sampson, who was able to defeat Matt Hardy. Then we would come to the next kickoff match, which will be for the Cruiserweight Championship. Enzo Amore and Kalisto would continue their battle for the Cruiserweight Championship during the Survivor Series kickoff show. And obviously Enzo Amore would continue to defeat Kalisto and remain the current WWE Cruiserweight Champion. Therefore, Enzo Amore would leave with the gold at the Survivor Series. And then, of course, the final kickoff match, as there was three kickoff matches, as I stated, would be the SmackDown tag match, where we would see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn take on Breeze Dango. And, of course, knowing that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were taken out of the main Survivor Series match due to the fact they were unable to win their Survivor Series matches, didn't go too well for them. So, therefore, they... of course, they were able to win their kickoff match against Breeze Dango, proving that they are definitely a dominant force for what they are right now. Of course, they're doing some good stuff for their community for sure, and they will make sure that like I said, they'll continue to do good in the coming weeks, and who knows, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will finally become a part. Will actually get a main match at Clash of Champions due to the fact that they've been put on the kickoff show at the moment. So the actual pay-per-view kicked off with the battle between the two biggest factions that are currently running on both brands. We've got the Shield, who have recently reunited, and the New Day, who have become a exciting tag team on SmackDown, and obviously it was SmackDown, obviously able to put on a good show, and they're back and stronger than ever before. They would beat the New Day. And then we come to the Survivor Series match, where we would see Team Raw, which would be consistent and Natalia. Obviously, it would also feature Naomi. Tamina Snuka would join the team, and of course, Carmella. All of those would represent SmackDown in the Survivor Series match. But Survivor. So the next match would be a Raw versus SmackDown Championship match, where the United States Champion Baron Corbin would face off against Intercontinental Champion The Miz. Baron Corbin representing SmackDown with the US title. Raw being represented by The Miz as the current Intercontinental Champion. But Baron Corbin, proven that he's a dominant force as the United States Champion, beating The Miz in their Raw versus SmackDown Champion versus Champion match. And then, of course, this would lead to a Tag Team Champions versus Champions match, where Sheamus and Cesaro, representing Raw with the Raw tag titles, taking on the Usos, who are the current SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And, of course, the Usos would finally win a Champions versus Champions match for SmackDown by beating Cesaro and Sheamus in a Tag Team Champions versus Tag Team Champions match. And then it was time for the women to battle out, the top women's champions. Of course, we have Charlotte, who recently won the SmackDown Women's title, taking on the current Raw Women's champ, Alexa Bliss. And, of course, this was the first time Alexa Bliss was unable to defeat Charlotte, because, of course, Charlotte is a very confident superstar, and Alexa Bliss wasn't good enough to beat Charlotte in this Champions versus Champion women's match, as the SmackDown Women's Champion beats Raw's Women's Champion Alexa Bliss in their champion versus champion battle. And then finally, we come to the final champion versus champion Raw versus SmackDown match, where Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion, would finally have his first match against AJ Styles, the current WWE Champion, who beat Jinder Mahal pro to the event, well, about a few days before this pay-per-view. And obviously AJ Styles came close, but wasn't close enough to beat Brock Lesnar, as Brock Lesnar was able to conquer AJ Styles and leave victorious at the Survivor Series. And then we come to the Raw versus SmackDown Men's Survivor Series match, which would be the main event for Survivor Series, where Triple H would join, where obviously led by Kurt Angle, who's the current Raw General Manager, would bring the teams such as Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, and the game Triple H, while Shane McMahon would bring Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode. He would also bring John Cena to the battle. That's right, John Cena would return to join Shane McMahon for Team SmackDown against the game, who is a part of Raw. And of course, Kurt Angle was able to defeat Shane McMahon and keep Team Raw alive, and also keep his job alive, as his job was on the line as part of Survivor Series. But for Triple H, this was all a part of a game that he wanted to play, which was to attack Kurt Angle and then to attack Shane McMahon in the process, because Triple H obviously isn't a fan of Kurt Angle or Shane McMahon. He just wanted to do what he wanted to do, but obviously Braun Strowman would then destroy him in the process for trying to get involved in trying to take a cheap shot at Kurt Angle for no reason. We all know that Triple H had a dirty plan up his sleeve within this match. So, yep, Triple H certainly had it coming from Braun Strowman, and obviously Kurt Angle obviously has issues with Triple H as well now. So this could lead to a WrestleMania match between Angle and Triple H, something we haven't seen for a long time, those two battling out. It's been since 2001, in fact, since those two have actually faced each other in a one-on-one match, which is kind of ironic. So that should be interesting if these two will actually meet at at a WrestleMania. Should be really cool. Either way, Monday Night Raw reigns supreme at Survivor Series, beating SmackDown in most of the competition. Therefore, Shane McMahon will need to do some rethinking for the next year to figure out how to get SmackDown back on top over Monday Night Raw like they were last year. So, obviously, not a good year for Shane McMahon and SmackDown, at least. But at least Monday Night Raw can come out smiling that they finally were able to get their revenge this year at Survivor Series. But, so there you go. That is basically this year's Survivor Series, of course. And we all know that, obviously, the next pay-per-view will be SmackDown's Clash of Champions, where obviously AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal will meet for the WWE Championship. And of course, there'll be plenty of other matches as all the champions on SmackDown will defend their titles. Also, Baron Corbin's going to defend his United States Championship. Usos will defend their SmackDown tag titles, as Charlotte will defend her SmackDown Women's title. And so there are going to be some matches to look out for as well. So with that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you all for the Clash of Champions review, and also Tribute to the Troops, which will be returning very soon, as well, as we will find out who will be paying homage to the men and women in the WWE this year in their Christmas show, Tribute to the Troops. So, see you then.